Hey guys, good evening. This is Gerald Johnson from Ride the Wind. It's the 22nd. Um, I've been very busy today. I'm so caught up in trying to find the truth in what's going on and get that truth straight in my head so I can talk to you guys about it. But even if I get that truth straight in my head, I really can't talk about it because there's new rules on YouTube. There's new rules on Facebook. Do not go against coronavirus. No, do not. Post all you want that's not based on empirical data. Journalism. CNN, Katie Couric, etc. No empirical citations. No doctor reports. No journalism. They're not journalists. Not one citation about one real doctor, and if it is a doctor, they're going through so many doctors. And so many doctors are walking out. Can you figure out what's going on here? The main point of this video is to say there are hundreds of thousands of Americans right now who are not buying this. And there are hundreds of thousands of Americans right now that will stand up. Now, the problem is the way they've got us locked and separated, and then you got the 3 days coming up, and I've been studying that. Here's something really weird, and I'm really going off the cuff on this one. The 3 days, right? You go to the biblical 3 days, and the darkness, and everything comes out, man. You're supposed to shut your windows, you're supposed to light candles, you're not even supposed to look outside, or you will die. Read it, love it, live it. It's very scary. You go outside, it's guaranteed death. Okay. Now look at, I wish I could post David Wilcox's current post that's coming up. It was streamed 13 hours ago. I'm not going to throw it up on Facebook, so I got enough strikes against me. I'm trying to get over to the other platform, and I'm trying to get you guys information over on Facebook. But you got to hit that invite. You got to get back. You got to switch over to this other platform so we can get over this, and just use this as maybe a means of communication in a subtle way. But the Wilcox report talks about this 3 days is going to happen. Shit's going to get shut down for 3 days. Now here's what's the real weird correlation. They're also saying we can't go outside during these 3 days. What's coming? Now the seabed isn't flying. It's falling apart. And they always got to find somebody to blame, somebody to take the blame for wrong numbers, etc., which I was looking at their numbers in the beginning and they just didn't match up. But people are dying from something. There's no doubt. And it's a number and it's a letter. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't believe that, you need to do your research and you need to talk to the proper doctors who have studied this and what it's doing to our blood and what it's doing to us. They have no clue. It might not hit you for 2 or 3 years, but it's going to hit you. Get that vaccination and we're all done. Okay? So back to the awakening. Here's the problem. The hundreds of thousands of people out there that are getting out of their homes, they're going to the beach, and they don't give a crap about an unjustified order from our government that goes against the Bill of Rights, goes against the Constitution. Ain't nobody can lock us in our houses and tell us what to do. They work for us. We do not work for them. Okay? You need to understand this, and you need to get it right, and you need to start reading the Constitution. You need to start reading the Bill of Rights. You need to understand what your liberties are, because we are losing them. Now, again, back to the awakening. I'm sorry to sound hardcore, and high subs. I'm really directing this at people who see me, probably define me because of my hair, before they even hear what I have to say. I'm not going to change that. I am who I am. But you're talking to a very intelligent individual who does his research, who does the work. He spends 12 hours on world camps, looking at the world. I watch the world, people. And I record cam videos that will change your life. And I do this for free. And I do it for him. And he is the one who gives me the power to do this. He is the one who set me on this mission. I'd be dead right now if it was not for him. I wouldn't be doing videos if he didn't give me the strength to do that. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I'm defined as. I don't know what I'm going to end up being. But I know I'm supposed to be doing this. It's a commitment. It's I forget what it's a calling. It's there's a word that you can't change a person like me. You can't take away what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And people who try to take away make me question in my mind, am I nuts doing this? Is it an inward obsession? Or am I driven? And then I pray, am I doing this right? Give me strength to tell me what the next step is. And I turn on the TV and it's Mary Magdalene again. And his words, which are matching my words. And then I see other things that give me the signs that no. I'm not some weirdo compulsive idiot that's has had an obsession with the sky and truth for 6 years. It's some kind of calling. I guess you'd say a man who was committed, but I can't think of the other word. A guy on a mission. And nothing will stop me from that mission. I will not allow what's going on to happen. I mean, I'll go out in a blaze of glory before I let somebody stick a needle in my arm and give me an RFID chip, because that ends your trip to heaven right there. You're done. The awakening. Here's the problem. How do we all get together? How do we all stand together and do this in his way, in a peaceful fashion, and stand against tyranny, stand against New World Order, stand against ultimate control and the loss of all our freedoms? How do we do that? How can we do that? That is our next purpose, is to unite somehow. And we need to do it now. We got tanks and rocket launchers across the United States. We got UN troops here. There's a reason. Part of that reason is we got asteroids coming in. The warning's already been put out. Nigeria got hit 328. Has anybody looked that up yet and seen that hole? Well, they're coming. And that's the main purpose of the military being out there. But when the event happens, when this begins, is when the culling will also begin. It's when the thousands of plastic coffin liners will be used. The 2.73 trillion in hollow point bullets, tanks, rocket launchers. What do you think they're for? We do not awaken and we do not stand, which I'd like to do in a peaceful fashion because it would be his way. But if we don't unite and we fight these what we're going to end up doing is fighting little battles and going against his word and fighting, which I don't think is the right thing to do, but, if I had to, I would. But that's not the way. It's not his way. In ways I think he expects us to fight but not in a physical fashion. And I don't think we're going to win that way. But if we were all gathered together, 1,000 people, 2,000 people in a park, what could they do? What can they do to these people who are out on the Florida beaches saying, forget you. Fool me once, your fault. Fool me twice, my fault. There's the next false flag coming because this one didn't really fly. It's falling apart. And if you've done your research, you know that. So I just want to say to you guys, I want to put it out there that there are thousands of people that are awake. How do we unite? How do we as a channel unite? How can we get together and stand against this? Do I have to stand with a sign in this little creepy town saying, let's unite against tyranny for the Bill of Rights, to set the example for our children that we stood against this? Or we set the example for our children, which we already have, that we do nothing. 9/11, we do nothing. What happened in the Oval Office with Clinton, we do nothing. What Hillary did, we do nothing. Is that the message we want to leave our children with, that that's what we created and left for them? I don't think so. I don't have anything else to say except God bless all of you. Peace, love, help others. Do your research. Stop posting this corona. Don't stop posting the C-19 crap unless you've checked out that it's empirical data and it's cited by a real doctor. Because the doctors are standing up. There are 2,000 that signed a petition against this, that are standing up and telling the truth. I'm pretty angry. I see the awakening, but there's one more piece to the awakening. How do we get together? I'm open to your comments. I'm open to your love. I thank you guys for talking to me. A lot of you guys I haven't replied on. I'm just tongue up in this work and trying to figure out what they're really doing and how this is going to really go down. And with the disinformation and digging, it's damn near impossible, because I believe they're using a quantum computer to pop out their ideas. So you have to think against the quantum computer, or construct your reality out of the three-dimensional field that you don't have as a 144. You don't see 9 dimensions. But 144 is a state of mind. It's opening your heart. It's unlocking your heart to the pain, to the hurt, to the judgment, to the denial, to the hate, taking it off your heart and letting the kingdom and heaven that is within you override that and know what's right and carry on what he started. When you can do that, when you can let go of the hate and the judgment and believing anything you hear and allowing to be controlled, allowing these people to create our reality instead of us creating our own reality with the 9-dimensional view that we have as 144s, we see all. And everybody has that ability, but you have to unlock your heart. Okay, and we have to define a way. And we have to define a way in his name, meaning peaceful. And I just rambled here. I don't know if I made a point, but I hope I did. Because we can all be 144s. We have to rise to the collective. We have to unite. Whether it's your meditation and talking to each other through that meditation, telepathically, or whatever the case may be. Start doing it. Unlock your heart. Stop insulting people. Stop judging people. Stop controlling people. Stop feeding your negative attitude into us positive people. Thank you, please stop. And I'm going to end it with this. If you've got anybody in your family, it's a family member, it's a son, whatever the case may be, that is not on your path. Let me put it this way. My new statement is, if you're not with me, you're against me. And if you're against me, I need to eliminate you from my life. Whether that leaves me totally alone or not, I can't take the toxicity of negative statements, no support, and being controlled in my conversations, and being told what I can't say by people who haven't done their research, who haven't even opened a book. Those people we have to, family members or whatever the case may be, they got to go because they're bringing us down. And that's going to be a hard thing for you to do. It's the hardest thing in my life I'm having to do right now. But I'm cutting them out. Cutting them out. I'm totally alone, really, anyway. Got a few people out there, but I'm telling you, family members, etc., cutting you out. Cutting you out. Friends, cutting you out. I don't want to hear it anymore. I hear it enough through comments. The anger, the insults, the 8th grade mentality to come at me when I've got a stack of research, and you want to come at me and you got nothing in your hands, but you want to be an energetic vampire and suck the life out of me? No. It's the same with all of us. I guess let me leave it with, he eliminates the people in our lives so he can have a direct relationship with us and make us stronger. If we keep the toxicity in our lives to some of these people, and then we're kind of denying him. And denying him is the wrong thing to do right now, because he will have no pity for denial. If anybody thinks you're going to float away on this one, no, you're not. No, you're not. It's not what he's here for. Okay, we created this. That's not what this is about. You're not just going to say, oh, it's God. I'll be okay. Hanging on to your Bible. Look how that worked out. I'll lose some subs on that statement, but whatever. It pitches love, we got hate. It pitches unity, we got division. It pitches peace, we got war. It pitches truth, we got lies. It pitches not to judge each other. That's what everyone does. That power is left to one entity, and that entity does not share that power. So no one has the ability to judge others, and when you do, you deny him again. You think you've learned something from that book? Well, you read it wrong, and you read the wrong scriptures. These people who say they've read scriptures, no, they have no clue. They haven't read scriptures. Not like I have. 4 different religions. Come to where I'm at right now and understand who he is. I believe in no false doctrines of man. I believe only in his word and what is fed into my mind. David Icke just did a video on that, of an awakening. And I got that, I think it was about 2 years ago, where it actually was triangles. I had a triangle above my head cut in the clouds that stayed there all day, and it was a windy day, right? I can't remember how it actually worked, but next thing I know, I was being zapped. I was being grounded electrically. And all I could see in my eyes was triangles, 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 triangles. And when I was done, I knew things. I knew quantum mechanics. I understood Einstein. I understood what Starlink was doing. I understood what the 144 frequency really means and what it builds, what it can create and destroy, because it equals into 576 the same frequency as fusion. A tetrahedron is a symbolism of God's face. I'm going to say this again. God's face is the geometric pattern of the tree of life, but it is also the geometric pattern of fusion. Now, all 3 of those, like gods, create and have the ability to destroy. This came in like an epiphany. That's the way I get things. No, I don't hear him talking to me. Oh, you talked to me last night. No, it doesn't work like that. And I don't buy the people who say they've talked to him. You can't talk to an omnipresent being. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Okay, but that being, that one, him, I am, feeds this information into you if you've got an open heart and you're searching. And he knows you're searching. And then I'm sure a lot of you have already gone through it. It's like a Kundalini awakening. You're really supposed to have a yoga overseeing you, because it's intense. It is so intense. I prayed one time to get unplugged. Just give me a break for a while. I can't take it anymore. That's what my life is. And I can see exactly, if we do not unite, what's going to happen. And it's horrifying to think about. The elimination of mankind. Okay? For the progression of our species. I'm going to leave it with that. I love you all. Thank you guys, subs. Finally, some of you new subs are starting to post on my numbers. But I still got a lot of people talking to me, telling me that the comments are blocked. And that's just because I'm speaking truth. You can run a video talking about all kinds of C19 BS. You can get some flippy doctor on there that really has no parenthetical data, and if you look them up, they're crap. Okay, but their videos can run all day long. But if you get astrophysicists, if you get PhDs, if you get viral infection experts and start throwing that up there, boom, you're attacked. So I could use a bunch of bozos and clowns, and I wouldn't be bothered at all. But since I'm using people that are heavy duty hitters, I'm being attacked. No, but I guess that's life. As long as you guys are hearing me is the main point. I love you guys, and I'm sorry to come out with this video. I wish it was more positive. I want to take you on a field trip. On the next one, we'll go down to the lake. Next day that comes out, when the storms go away, if they go away. And gosh, what are they hiding? But we'll go down to the park, and we'll look at the cliffs, at the lakes, and we'll look at eagles. And we'll forget this for one day. Okay? Ride the wind. I love you guys. Thank you, new subs. Thank you guys for talking to me. I'm sorry I'm behind on my comments. Catching up with a lot of you guys, especially on Facebook. But you need to hit that invite and get over to full disclosure, because I'm going to stop here pretty quick, and it's going to be used just kind of as a communication tool, no longer to deliver information. I want to deliver my information through full disclosure and the story. Because they go through it, it takes 24 hours for them to go through it. Make sure your pictures aren't created off CGI. Make sure you're talking the right crap. And then their administrative body approves it and posts it. That way, all these YouTube channels that are pitching BS with fake empirical citations will never get through. So what you're seeing on non-disclosure is verified information, or they won't put it up. So I've got to go for that. I've also got to look at this shit. But I'm just tied up and trying to figure out exactly what this plan is. Okay? And any help on figuring out a way to get this out to people and unify, as I talked about, which is our only way, in a peaceful fashion. If you have ideas, I'm welcome to hear them. And I need to hear them. I need help. Okay, I'm one guy. One guy. I can't think of everything. I cannot do everything. Please, you guys help me. Okay? Look for reasons and answers. And do your research on everything you hear. It's going to take up every day. It's going to take up a lot of time, but you have to do it because he commanded us to find the truth. Okay? It's your purpose. And you've all got jobs to do. We've all got jobs to do as 144s, and they're coming up real quick. Actually, I think they've already began. The first thing as our jobs as 144 to do is to figure out a way to unite. Because if we're not united, then we're nothing. My name is Daryl Johnson. I'm Ride the Wind. And you guys have a very good evening. I hope I get some views off this one because it's so late. But I just had to talk to you about this because it's in my heart. It's been I've noticed since I began this channel, it would need to happen. We are going to, in some way, peacefully, hopefully, fight against what's happening. I knew that when I first saw the first planets 6 years ago, when they were little tiny things around the sun. I said, this is a deception. Something bad is coming, and it's going to end up in a conflict. Welcome to my world. Guys, have a good night. I love you. Thank you. Ride the wind. Be safe. Take care of others.